I'm a little late on my live because as soon as I was getting ready to go live, I was going to wait until Carlos finished. Then Henry went live, so I went over there for a minute. So now I'm back. Now I'm here. It's a little late, but sheesh. It's one of them days. Bella, that's enough. Ma'am. Well, hello, Skater. What are you doing? Weren't you over there with Henry? Hello, Kimberly. How you doing? Are you having a good night? I follow. Oh, I see. How you doing, Skater? Are you staying out of trouble? Holy crap, Kimberly. I'm looking like, man. Did you see what Humberto did to me? I don't think I've ever been snubbed like that before. I was like, oh, okay. Wait till he sends me all that crap on Instagram. I'm going to be like, if you can't say hi to me, don't send me stuff. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow at 5 a.m. making pancakes, then going for a morning bike ride. Are you going to go stay live during your bike ride? When he showed up in Carlos's live, he was telling everybody hello, and I said he's alive, and he goes, I'll catch this live later. I'm going to go party. Like, and that's not the first time. That is the fourth. And I'm going, okay, must have been something I done. I was like, what the hell? Hello, Jen. Skater. You are going to go live while you're on your bike ride. That'd be kind of cool. How you going to do that? Hello, Steve. Ain't seen you in a while. How you doing? Do you have like a GoPro you can put on your forehead? Skater? So your name needs to say that one, Skater. Oh, a handlebar phone. Okay. Okay, I see. That we can probably get on board with that as long as it's not doing this, you know what I mean? I'm doing okay. It's been a crazy day. I lost a job today, but it's going to save me money. Okay, Kimberly. I do the office cleaning, and they decided not to renew me for 2025. So it's going to save me money because Monday I can call and cancel the insurance. So it is what it is. But, you know, you have your cost of living you have to adjust for. And when I submitted my bid, I added that to it. So I kind of expected it. You see her? What are you doing? She'll get into all kinds of trouble. I'm going to have to keep an eye on her. She likes to watch herself in there. She's funny. How was your Christmas, Chris? Mine was good. It was good. I was sick. I'll be honest. I was not feeling good. Not feeling good at all. And I had to make the decision of not going to the family get together. Because I was afraid to expose everybody. But I just kind of hung around here and got myself back up to par, if that makes any sense. And I'm feeling much better. Today, I actually feel human again. The last couple of days, I've just kind of felt really run down. I don't know what this crap is that's going around that everybody's got, and I don't even know how I got it. I like never go anywhere. But I seem to have gotten something, some kind of a head cold is what it started as, and then when I started getting that cleared up, then the tummy stuff started coming in, and I thought, oh my God, I can't win. You need to get down. So, hi Jamie, how you doing? Did you guys stay home or did you go to a friend's house, Steve? Or I mean, family's house, Steve? How you doing, Jamie? That was he brought up the idea. I said that on the video. It was his idea. And I said, oh, okay, yeah, I can do that. And you are the first victim. So, but it's been a couple months since we talked about it. And I did not get a grandma wig or nothing. You know, I said I'd get a grandma wig and all that, but I didn't. And it took me a few weeks to go through his content to be able to find stuff I could pick on. And then he said I would never say the F word on my channel. Well, I kind of did. You just didn't hear it. Did you see that video, Steve? I roasted the crap out of Carlos. Yeah. What are you doing? Hello, Crazy Crunch. How you doing? What are you into? What do you got? You're a troublemaker. This cat's a troublemaker. Hello, Scott. How you doing? How's everybody doing? Are you having a good week? It's now that it's over. It's the weekend, you guys. Do you celebrate your holiday on the weekend, or you just go ahead and go to work Monday and Tuesday and then celebrate a day off in the middle of the week? That's gonna suck. That is gonna suck. How you doing, Scott? You staying out of trouble? How was Christmas? You're missing in your affiliate link in your description before the question mark. I'm staying out of trouble. I'm missing in your affiliate link in your description. Which one? I don't remember having an affiliate link. Which video? Are you talking about the Diamond Pro Tech, Scott? Oh. Yeah, I've had many, not this description. Got it. No, this description. Oh, this one. There's a description box for it? That's weird. I've had a lot of people telling me that the foam cannon link is not working. Um, I'll have to look at it. Where is the slash not at? In the beginning? I'll have to go look at that. I don't even remember the title, Detail Grandma. I don't know. I'll have to go check that out. I have no idea. Oh, Carlos, thanks for the reminder. He called me. He called me. It was funny. Before the question mark. Got it. I will go check it out. Before the question mark. So that's going to be near the middle of it. Okay. Carlos called me on the phone because we had watched a couple of guys on Instagram. Well, we went into the same live. I went in there when I saw the notification, and then he showed up. This is the weirdest thing. Is somebody putting hearts? I said Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Look up, Grandma. Look up what? Look up. Oh. The title, Detail Grandma. Huh. I'll have to check it out because I have no idea. How are you changing your name like that? What are you doing? Are you making weird stuff going on here? Oops. The person's name is Ahmad. Okay. Hello, Ahmad. I have no idea. I can't tell. I can't read that little writing. I didn't see anything, Jamie. What am I looking for? Hey, Jamie, my internet is problematic. It's hard because it should just be 2 straight weeks off. It should be. You would think. The MJJ, yeah, the foam can. Yeah, he said it was just before the question mark. I'll have to go look. But that might explain why some people actually said the foam cannon link was not working. And it happens. You know, they email you the link and then you just copy and paste it. So I'll have to go check that out. It'll be sign in to the computer. Yeah, I think it's in my default settings because the live videos have a description, but it's something that's inputted in. It just needs a / before the question mark and it'll work. Were you able to fix it and make it work that way, Scott? Is that how you found it? Who is sending so many damn hearts? I don't know. That's why I was asking. Is somebody sending hearts? Because what's happening is down here at the bottom of my screen, there's like little flashes of red. It almost looks like there's some kind of an alarm or something. You know what I mean? Just like a flashing laser light. I don't have hearts zooming up like I usually do. It's weird. It's really weird. Input links and stuff like that. So when you go live, it inputs it into the description box when it uploads. I don't know if it does it before. I don't understand all of that. But it should also have the DIY detail stuff in there too, but I don't know. I could just copy and paste what is in your description. It'll work, but it'll automatically put the / in the correct spot But if you want the actual link in the description to act like a proper link, then it'll need that / in there. Okay, I will get it taken care of. I'm sending it. I'm sorry if it bothers you. You'll wake up. It bothers you, I'll wake up. No, you're fine. I can't tell them. I can't tell what's going on. I think the live is messed up. Because all I'm seeing is a little red flash. That's why I said, is somebody sending hearts? Because that's the only thing that I can think of that's going to come from this bottom right corner. Is this red flashing thing here. So the live feed must be messed up. How are you changing your name like that? That is so weird. You guys seeing that? I'm getting in and out audio too. Should I go out and start over? Different keyboards for different languages. Ah, okay. How's he? That looks so weird, doesn't it? His name is on the right side. Oh, okay. So this is his name, the little tiny writing that I can't read. That's his name. And then the other writing is his actual comment. How strange. It's Arabic. Okay. I don't know how to read it, obviously. But what it was confusing me is like everybody's name is over here. And then their comment is over here. Your name is here. And your comment is over here looking like you just changed your name every time you want to comment. It is so weird. But hey, welcome anyway. So, Crazy Crunch, you say his name is Ahmad? Hello, Carlos. You had a good live? Except for Humberto crapping on me. I'm going to tell him about it. It is kind of cool how it's turned around. I would have never known that had Scott not told me that. Yes, because the car starts from this. Yes, because the car starts from this sentence. From this sentence, I have canceled it. That's weird. Masood. Where are you from? I am from Middle America, Middle United States and Canada. Where are you from? You have canceled it. What did you cancel? I am from Iran. Well, hello, Iran. Welcome to my live. We're watching my wretched cat get crazy. She's in menace mode. She's a menace. I use the translator so my writing is strange. Oh, so you don't know English? Esfahan. Am I saying that right? Esfahan. I know, Jamie, it is so weird, but it's cool. I am from Iraq. And you're using a translator to understand what I'm saying? That is so weird, but it is cool. That is cool. What a perfect way to be able to bring the different places and languages together. What a really cool way. Did I say the name right? Esfahan? Esfahan? Yes, I don't know how to write, but I know how to talk. Got it. Are you a grandmother? Yes, I am. I have 13 grandkids. Are you? Whoa! You are a menace. Go over there. Yep, I'm grandma. Are you a mom, dad, grandma, grandpa? Yep, I have 13 grandkids. I have 4 kids and 13 grandkids. Now, 2 of them have passed away. He is a male. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. This is my ignorance talking here. But ignorance can be changed by learning. Crazy Crunch. Ignorance can be changed by learning. Scott had not have told me that, I would have never known what was going on with the name. I'd have never known. Where are you from? I'm in the middle of the United States in Canada. I mean Kansas. Canada? I think I've had too much medicine the last few days. I'm a man. Okay, my bad. I'm so sorry. Are you a dad or a grandpa? There you go. Well, I didn't know, Crazy Crunch. It's kind of like in America. My name is Chris. Okay? But men can be named Chris also. So you never know if you can't see them. No, I'm 18. Oh, you're just a baby. You're just a baby. My aunt's name is Christine, and everyone calls her Chris. Yeah. My name is Kristen, but everybody calls me Chris, except my mother, and it's usually Chrissy. She is the only one allowed to call me that, by the way. So Chris just makes it easier because when somebody says my name, they always say Christine or something like that when it's Kristen. And I'm like, no, just don't like him. My aunt's middle name starts with an E and can be called Chrissy. I see the play there. You okay, sneezy butt? Years is not a short time. 18. Yes, I am an adult man. You're still a baby. I'm 103 years old. So you're just a baby. Goodbye. You don't have to run. This kitten is loving her little ball. But in about 30 minutes, she'll lose it. She'll lose it under the refrigerator or some crazy place. I am 103. I'm 103. You don't believe me? Come on, you gotta believe me. I'm 103. Scott, you missed it. Jamie, you were here for my crazy hair, weren't you? Even though it's pretty crazy tonight. I don't know what's up with that. It's all over the place. But I was outside quite a bit yesterday. I did miss it. Oh. Hold the phone, Scott. Let me show you. It's so funny. Oh boy. What do you think? My grandmother is 75 and looks much older. Let's see, I gotta hide some eyeballs in here. Ah. What do you think, Scott? It ought to bring all the boys to the yard. I come on here. What I did yesterday, I went live, but I didn't realize I was still signed into the other channel. And so I went live, and I'm sitting over there going, where's everybody at? Nobody showed up. And I at least get a couple of people, even on these lives. Are you thing one or thing two? It was thing one for Halloween. But anyway, then I realized what I did, so I shut that down, deleted that video. Come over here, and I was still in the wig, so here I was. And so I sat here with this. Do you remember something from your childhood? I remember a lot of things about my childhood. Used to get my butt smacked quite a bit. I was not a good kid. I went over to Sonic and I got a little small Sonic Blast. And I got a pup cup for the doggy. And of course, this new kitten loves the pup cup. And now that she's had her sugar, she's fired up. Tell you one of my childhood memories. Well, one of the worst childhood memories I had, it used to scare me to death. I had to walk to school. We lived in the middle of the block, and the school was in the middle of all of our blocks because we were military housing. And I had to walk 4 blocks, so 4 streets. And then I had to cross the main street on the car, or the crosswalk, and then I would be at the school. And it snowed like crazy all weekend long. And come Monday, we had to go to school. It was like a foot. Gotta run. Have a good night. Have a good night, Scott. So, I step out on the porch, which was higher than the snow. But being, 7, 8 years old maybe, it didn't occur to me that it was that deep. And love the hair, Jackie says. Thank you. So anyway, I stepped out and it came up to my middle of my thigh. And I'm a short kid. I've always been short. And it scared me to death. And I went into panic mode. I started screaming. I froze. My neighbor, who was kind of like second mom to us, me and my sisters. You are a menace. Go away. Go away. She come out thinking something had happened to me. And I told her, I can't get out. Anyway, I did not go to school that day because I was not walking. And we couldn't get the cars out. So, and this was in the late 70s. Okay. So this was a long time ago. That was before they had, you need to go away. So that was the worst childhood memory I had. And you know what? Still to this day, I'm not a big fan of the snow. Although I had to learn how to drive in it, being a truck driver. You know, you had to learn how to deal with it. But yeah, that was not a good memory. Having to step into this snow and it's way up here and scared me to death. I thought I was going to be eaten by the snow. I thought it was going to eat me. The snow was bad back then. It was just bad. This mentioned seat. Say that again. Come here. But you got to settle down. Come here. Come here, Stubby. Come here. But you got to settle down. Do you know I have never seen snow in my life? Oh, okay. I hope I don't have to see snow, but I'm sure it'll come. We don't get a whole lot in our part of the woods, but we get enough. Say hi, Biddy. This is Biddy, for those who do not know. It is short for itty bitty. And that's okay. It's okay. Is your name Ahmad? Anyway, this is short for, her name is short for itty bitty because she's a dwarf. Basically a midget cat. She's trying to bite me. No. No. She's not seeing any hearts. Quit. You need to settle down. Settle down. Look at her. Look at her paws. She's trying to break her fall. You're so funny. She loves to bite. But that's all there is to her. Okay, have a good night. You better quit. You're so dang mean. What's the matter? You can't reach it? She can't reach my hand now because I got her in the middle. You're a menace. A menace. You got to settle down. Anybody still there? Everybody went quiet. You better take your butt on down the road. That hurt, woman. I don't have to wear this now. I just wanted to show Scott. Just wanted to show Scott. Anybody there? 5 people in here, nobody talking? I have no idea. Everybody just quit talking. You all know that I'm talking to you guys. So if you quit talking, I have no idea. It looks like you're the only one in here. Humberto snubbed me again. I just stepped out for a cigarette, huh? Yeah. Humberto snubbed me again tonight. That is the 4th time. So I'm going to have to tell him about that. I have no idea. I have no idea. No clue. He's telling everybody hello and Carlos is live. And then I went, he's alive. And he goes, I'll catch this live later. You got Carlos and Hassan. Carlos and Hassan. Yeah, I still got Carlos. Hassan is over at the other live. Thailand. Hello, Thailand. How you doing? How you doing? Have you heard me talk about Miss K, my neighbor, Jamie? Full. Full from what? Food? Did you have a big dinner? My neighbor, she couldn't breathe last night. Couldn't sleep. Couldn't lay down. Excuse me. Took herself to urgent care. They told her her oxygen level was at 80 and it was too low. And they told her we can either call an ambulance for you or you can go over to the emergency room. So she called the doctor and got in there. I don't know what that is. So anyway, they put her on all these pills and gave her a breathing treatment plus steroids. And you have got to relax. No. Go on. It is. It was 80. So I'm like, you need to quit smoking. She goes, yeah, I know. And I'm like, you're not going to do it, are you? She's 70 years old. She's like, I've been smoking for 50 years. Now, you're going to be launched in about 10 seconds. I won't either. Me neither. My mother was just diagnosed with COPD. And I said, so you're going to quit smoking? She goes, probably not. The damage is done. What the hell good is it going to do you to quit when they tell you you got COPD? Or when they tell you that you have lung cancer, like my grandmother. They told her she had lung cancer, and now suddenly my family's like, you got to quit smoking. And of course, I was the only one that supported her, even though half of them were smokers too. And they're like, why would you condone that? The damage is done. Not smoking is not going to change that. It's not going to change the fact that she has cancer. Exactly. I can't vape. I cannot vape. I overdo it. And the reason why is because you're not vaping in something like this. You're vaping with something like this, some kind of mechanical object. And so when I vape, I could literally hold this lit. In fact, most of the cigarettes that I smoke on the truck burn up between my fingers because that's all that matters. My head, if I've got it between my fingers, I'm good. It's really strange, but I cannot vape because it's too much. And then I start coughing more and more and more. And then I learned that it crystallizes in your lungs. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'll just stick to the normal cigarette. At least I don't roll my own. My husband vapes and then coughs more than I do. Yeah, and I smoke. And I don't cough nearly as much. I don't smoke a lot either. I was not smoking a lot until, when I smoked outside. And when I started smoking in the house again during the horrible hot summer, I smoke a little bit more. And I do smoke more when I'm nervous. I have no idea why. Or stressed. But yeah, I can't vape, and that's why I just overdo it. You don't spend as much, but it's because you're trying to off of a thing like this instead of this. So I'm hoping to start smoking outside again. Will make me smoke more for sure. Yeah, mine does too. I have a twitch in my side of my face. How did you say hi? How did you do that? You good? You guys must have some fancy options that I don't have. Hey, look at there. Oh, yeah, I got some men's sliders on the website now. I got some kids' t shirts. I got even women's tank tops, all that. But the men's sliders, you know, us women, we use them. He changed his picture. Who? Who changed his picture? Carlos? Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think he did. Did you change it, Carlos? I don't think he did. I think it's been that for a while anyway. He used to have one where he showed his face and he had the orange shirt on there, but I don't know what happened to that. It's this one now. But he's still in the picture, I think. I don't know. I can't see these things. Yours looks like a monster, Jamie. You have a twin. Who has a twin? Carlos has a twin? If you didn't see their names, Mary's profile picture and Carlos's profile picture are very similar. How are you doing that? Yes, I checked Carlos out. But it's a red car, same or no? I don't know. Do you have a red car on your banner, on your page? I'll bet that's what it is, Jamie. If you go to his page, the picture is better. Yeah, Jamie's checking you out, Carlos. I'm ugly. If he was ugly, his wife wouldn't be with him. She's high class. So, Carlos, did you like your roast? I have to go find some more shit on him. That was so fun. Making that. Oh, I'm going to use that. Oh, I'm going to use that. I am having a hot flash. Oh my gosh. It was good. Yeah, it was. It was fun. It was fun. I wish I didn't have to go through all the trouble to edit out the words, but I didn't want to offend people. I figured the right ones would figure it out. Oh, dang. I had to check you out because of Grandma's roast. Carlos was my first YouTube friend. She was serious. You know what? Oh, they're good. They're good. That's only been seen 20 times. I don't get that. How does YouTube push you out to all these people. Scared me a bit. Scared you? What scared you? Oh, I was so serious. You can't roast somebody if you're laughing. You got to make it look serious, and then you got to let them off the hook. um, what was I saying? Only 20 views, but that's what I don't understand. I am almost to 3,000 subscribers. 3,000. So, what's weird is, how am I at 3,000, but I have no views? Isn't that weird? Is there winter or summer? It's winter here. Of course, I'm having a hot flash because I'm freaking old. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast. You know, we could only dream about having a channel the size of his. Carlos has almost 15,000. He's over 14,000 now. The kids at school was on, I think, a career day. But I thought it was perfect because he's telling them, now go back to class. So I thought that was perfect to end the... You eat Mr. Beast chocolate or Prime? No. How are you doing that, Carlos? I do it every year. Yeah, I know, the career day. I think that's where that came from. You did a video on the career day. And that's where that's the video I snagged that from. And I tried to keep the snippet short so it didn't look like I was violating copyright. You know what I mean? It just pops up. That's weird. I'll have to check it out, figure it out. Go on somebody's live and see if I can figure it out. Because I've seen that a lot lately, said hi. So Serrano's Mobile said hi, and then it's got a little wave. And I can't find it. I don't know how it look. No, I have not eaten Turkish kebabs. What's in a Turkish kebab? Or what's on a Turkish kebab? I do not eat spicy. That is for Hispanic people. They like their spice. And I'm too old. And then I lost my gallbladder, so I can't eat spicy anymore. But those Hispanics can handle some spice now. Oh my God. And then we used to, when I was on the construction crew, they would bring burritos, big old fat burritos to work. So we all got burritos when we were delivering. We do, but Grandma needs mild foodies. I do. I'm a wimp now. Eat green chili like carrots. And you know what? It is, some people can handle it. I could handle it back in the day. But I could not handle it now. No way. But I do need my mild foodies. And then I run for sugar. For sugar? Yeah, you guys had some jalapenos and... No, you had something else too. What did you have? Because you guys were talking about how spicy it was. I I'm part Mexican and I can't do green chilies anymore. Crazy as young folks. And he's from India. He lives in India. So their culture is definitely different. Their food is definitely different. And you got to think about it. Anybody who lives outside of the United States, they have the best food because it's healthier for you. It's like I could not eat rice here. If I eat rice here, my blood sugar shoots to the roof. But if I were to eat rice in Mexico, I can eat rice. Isn't that weird? But that's because they use totally different stuff. They make it differently than we do, and they do not use all those preservatives. Too spicy and yummy food here. We think of U.S. food are very bland. I guess it depends on where you go. See, India is spice. They train young babies to start eating spice. That's what they have available. See, Crazy Crunch, we're not bland. You're just way spicy. Yeah, burgers and pizza is about what they have out here these days. I got gunk in my eyes. Yeah, I can't do a lot of spice. And I can't drink hard liquor either. If I was to drink, oh, McDonald's is a mess. A McDonald's is a mess. When I have to stop for something, if I'm out and about and I have to stop, I'll stop at McDonald's and I'll get a Happy Meal. The less I eat of it, the better. Yes, spice from very young age. Taco Bell. Oh my God. Taco Bell is not even Mexican food. Because you could go, you know what I'm talking about, Jamie. You could go to like an authentic Mexican restaurant, and you're thinking you're going to get a Taco Bell burrito, that little flimsy ass burrito, you think you're going to, no, you get that little wimpy ass burrito. And when a Mexican restaurant brings you your burrito, that thing is that big around. It's topped with this really good chili sauce of some kind, and oh my God, cheese and sour cream, guacamole. Oh my God. Let's see. My favorite dish to make is onions plus jalapenos plus lemon. But what do you put that on? The UK people are more accustomed with our food, yeah. So when I go to authentic Mexican restaurants, of course I can only eat half of the dang thing. I got to bring the other half home for the next day's meal. But it is really good. But I struggle with it, and I have to make sure they keep it as mild as possible. Oh, you just snack on it. Ah, got it. I can't imagine snacking on lemons. Nothing. Just get a spoon and enjoy. I still can't imagine snacking on lemons, Carlos. Is that a Guatemalan thing? It's the only thing I can come up with. That's a Guatemalan thing. Lemon and onions is a salad. I'll take your word for it. It's definitely different from the U.S. Lemon is just acidity to add to flavor, just a pinch. Well, now you're talking like a white girl, Jamie. Well, it's onions and jalapenos. Are you sprinkling lemon on it or putting lemons in it? Because I love onions all day long. Man, I love onions too much. I can tell you that. But I cannot do jalapenos anymore. That's why I'm so... You're so flavorful? Just a squirt. Hold me back, people. We mix the onions and jalapenos together, and then you sprinkle the lemon juice. Got it. That makes better sense. Because I'm like, who snacks on lemons? That just didn't sound good. That I can see. Now, I'm not a big jalapeno person. It's just like with green peppers. I can't do much with peppers. I really can't. Nobody does, Grandma. Onions, tomatoes, cucumbers, lemon, coriander, pinch of salt equal salad. Now that sounds like a cucumber salad. Crazy Crunch. That sounds more like a cucumber salad. And they're still pretty popular here. The cucumber salads are. That's a Greek salad. Okay. So then maybe the cucumber salad is Greek. But that's what that sounds like. That's mostly everything you get in a cucumber salad. But being an American, we call it different things. You know what I mean? I love peppers. You like the chili peppers, the red ones? Are those called chili peppers? I didn't know it was a Greek salad. Yes, and I can say the name of the salad in Greek, but I can't type it. I love my salad tossed. See, I'm a wimp. In my salad, I get my salads from McAllister's because they have the baby spinach and the poblano, I think is what it's called. They put chicken in it, onions, tomatoes, avocado, all the good stuff. It's called a Southwest avocado salad. It is the best salad ever. I mean, for a little bland white girl. Olive Garden salads, yeah, they have good salads too. You eat meat alone. We eat meat with gravy or with rice and bread. We don't eat meat alone. Do you mean you cook it in those things? Crazy Crunch, good morning, Nada. How are you? It's the red onion. I like the red onion. I get those. In fact, my daughters I used to say, I'm going to get a red onion. And they would say we can't find it. Because they would try to go ahead of me and get the grocery list. And I'm like, oh, it's there. But you don't think to tell them the red onion is purple. Let's see. Yes, they make stews. Okay, I eat meat with my family. You don't eat meat any other time? You have steaks. You eat with forks. You don't eat with forks? I mean meat with something else. Some cultures don't eat with utensils, Grandma. Yeah. It's kind of like the Asians. I am Arab and I party with Christians. Awesome deal. I love to eat raw meat. Ew. No, it's not forks. So what do you use? Like spoons? And then like the Asians, they use chopsticks. I never could figure that out. I could never figure out a chopstick. I hope they wash their hands. Oh my God. I mean meat with bread or rice. Well, now I had, um, the other day, I had meat with potatoes and peas and carrots. So I had my meat, my starchy, and then I had my veggie. I love peas. If I had to eat any green vegetable, it would always be peas. And carrots, I usually get the peas and carrots when I buy the cans. I love peas and carrots. Do. They're just really good. I mean, I will eat green beans, don't get me wrong. I'll eat green beans. I love my spinach, or my baby spinach. Raw meat is harmful. Yeah, Humbert, Carlos, raw meat is harmful. I was going to tell you that a minute ago when you said you eat raw meat. Oh, yeah, that's certainly not my thing. It has small microorganisms. You may E. coli. Yeah, that's just too much for me. It is. You act like you don't really care. I've been eating for years, never eat raw meat, Crazy Crunch says. But you got to remember, there are some cultures that eat raw meat. They also eat raw fish. Um, and that took me back. It's a weird addiction. What kind of meat are you eating raw, though? I can't do it either. No way. No way. And I've really cut back on the meat since being diagnosed with diabetes. Now, I will splurge from time to time on certain meals and things like that. But I cannot do a lot of meat. I think it's the crap that they put in it now. like the fajita. But isn't fajita meat like already pre-cooked or seared? I think people just want to show off eating raw meat and seafood. I have to eat pretty regular, but I'm a diabetic, so next time I'll show you, Grandma. Okay. Hopefully we remember that. Your short-term memory and my old-ass memory. Oh, when I'm eating the raw meat. Got it. Hello, Mr. John. I just love the texture, Carlos says. Now then, that's more or less a sensory thing, Carlos. How you doing, John? Are you working? You're grossing out, Crazy Crunch. And then the diabetes is hard in general. Your diet is so restricted, yeah. Now, I will admit, when I started detailing, I had to back off of the big diet that I had. And the reason why is because the money wasn't there. And then the prices started going up. So if I go to the store and I buy my diabetic diet food, then it cost me about 4 times as what it used to cost me when I started detailing 2.5 years ago. It cost me almost $180. Let's see. And then see. Yep, I just came into work one day. Unbelievable. We were talking about earlier about are we going to work for one day and then off for the weekend and then going back for 2 days and then off in the middle of the freaking week and then going back after that? I mean, it's going to be a messed up 7 days. You know what I mean? That's exactly what I'm doing. Well, damn it. My hands are dry. No snapping. My hands are dry. 2 weeks of holiday. My husband is very confused, and so am I, on our work schedule. Let me tell you something. And when I got sick with that head crap, that's still bothering me a little bit right here. It turned my schedule around. So I am on. It's the worst. Go somewhere on vacation. I'm not going to go on vacation. I couldn't afford a vacation right now. Prices are too high. Big sale on polishers today, 15%. Get your checkbook out. She's a mom to Doggo and Kitty. Yeah, I know. Kitty Cat's down here. She finally settled down from biting my legs. Doggy is still over there laying down. That's all she does anymore. She won't go outside and play or anything like that. But she will play with the kitty cat. You as people go where on vacation? Well, that depends on what they want to do. We have the freedom to kind of move around wherever we choose. We have a lot of hot spots outside of the U.S., crazy. We have a few hot spots in America. or in the United States. But as far as people who vacation, they vacation like, if they go overseas, they might go to the UK and see England or Scotland. They might go over and see Australia. And then, I only went up into Canada for a short time, but I would love to be able to go up there and just see it. And I have no interest whatsoever going back to Mexico. That scared the out of me. I heard that. I was talking to Hassan about that last night, and he said, "Oh, Lord, no." And I'm like, you know what? I understand the thinking of it. I think he's just trying to draw everybody to the table. But him calling Trudeau governor cracks me up. I'm like, man, he is the master of trolls. I wish I could. If he could roast people, that would be the one. But anyway, yeah. Now, in my opinion, I don't think Canada should be 51 because the majority of the population is in the eastern part of Canada, right? So I think it should be split and make it 52. Yes, Jamie, Mexico too. Unbelievable. Thailand, Philippines for retired people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't go overseas. I've never been overseas. I'm not interested in going overseas. Because I'm not getting on a plane and going over water. Good idea, Grandma. I really do. I think they should split it up. And maybe even split it up from there because isn't it already split up? You've got British Columbia, Quebec. Isn't there states within Canada? John? I never thought in a million years Canada would be part of the U.S. I never thought that either. But I see where he's going with that. I think I think what he's trying to do is draw them into talking because we do pay them an awful lot of money unnecessarily. And so I think he just wants to get that down. But he's right. Trudeau says without us paying them to support them, they would not survive. If Canada is that hard up, you might as well just be a part of the United States, because then you would be your GDP would combine. We would absorb that. We would have, yeah, we have a whole bunch of different provinces. That's the word I was looking for. Provinces, yes. So I would say split it. I mean, no states. So it's two basically. Got it. My screen says 1. There are more people in here than just me. Mine says 1 also. But you know what, Jamie? Remember when I first started and I still can't see hearts? Crazy Crunch is here. John is here and you're here. That's 3. I think Carlos might be falling asleep at any time. So Canada will be called U.S. No, it won't be called the U.S. if they do it, which in my opinion, if they're going to do that, they might as well bring in Puerto Rico and Guam and Samoa and he does. I'll tell you what, Greenland and the Panama Canal. A lot of people are angry about that, but I tell you what, Humberto and I had a conversation about the Panama Canal. And so when we were looking into all of that, so then I go and I start reading up on it, and I'm like, holy crap. The United States, Jimmy Carter, did, and I already knew he did, he made some of the worst decisions for this country ever. Out of every president that we've ever had, Jimmy Carter did a lot of damage. We do need to be, we do need to regain control of the Panama Canal. YouTube broke again. I know it. I know it. And Greenland is, it's rich in the minerals. I still say he's an extremely smart businessman. He knows how to make money. He is. And you know, a lot of people would be frustrated with me for saying that we need a business mind like his. And the reason that I've always said that is because I have always considered the United States to be a business. We are broke. When you look at the amount of debt we have compared to our GDP, we are at bankruptcy level. And that's because the federal government doesn't know how to get their shit together. And they just keep spending and keep spending and keep spending. You know, they have no regard whatsoever for the American people. Never mind what the American people say. And we need to start looking at this as a business. We have to look at what the government is doing. That's what controls the business side of the country. It is a business. So yes, I think so. Yes, the Prime Minister of Greenland said that their country is not for sale now or at any time in the future. Yes, it's necessary at this point. I'm not worried. And Greenland, they would not be hurt by that at all. Truth, Grandma. It's been that way for a while now. We need a lot of help. We do. And a lot of people don't realize how bad it is. And I think in order to make another territory a U.S. state, it has to be voted on constitutionally, and I believe that has to be the say of the people. So if they want to bring Canada into and make them 51st or 2nd state, then we who vote would have to vote for that. And then it would go to vote up there, because if that's a consideration that America had, that the United States has, we have to push our constitutional responsibilities up there and let the people decide. When you run a country like a business, it has nowhere to go but up. Trump will get the U.S. economy going better than any other president. He had it going really good. They will, but their taxes are so high. I don't know yet. That is true. And the biggest problem that Canada poses to us is they are so freaking liberal up there in the eastern part of the country that has caused, and that's Trudeau's thing, they've caused those taxes and everything to be so expensive. It's much worse up there than it is here. Their taxes are way higher. Not just state and federal, medical, sales, you name it, yes. And they would have to let go of their socialized medicine. I'm glad yeah, but climate doesn't matter. You know, we've got 50 states just, okay, so let's say we've got the lower 48. That does not include Hawaii or Alaska. But if you include Hawaii, Hawaii has a very warm climate. Alaska, on the other hand, has a very cold climate. But I tell you what, if that were to happen, and of course it's just hypothetical, but John, if that were to happen, imagine the exodus from the mainland here heading your way. And some of the experts have said, if that were to happen, where the United States acquired Canada, then it would bring down our city populations. The big cities where they have millions in their population, LA, New York, Chicago, San Francisco, all that, those populations would dwindle because those people would all navigate north. No liberal in this household. Well, I'll tell you, I think Canadian people are waking up. Hopefully, Trump has been able to enlighten them a little bit to the guy who's running the place. I'm sure that a lot of them already knew things were on the downhill slide, but I hope that they're waking them up. I'm not saying that everybody needs to be a conservative. All I'm saying is that everybody needs to be willing to understand the differences of high taxes and low taxes. You know what I mean? Our climate, nature, and all that always stays and moves and grows. We are the ones that will expire. Yes. Mother Nature rules. Yeah, we get free medical, free hospital state, which is huge. And it's also bankrupting Canada. Canada will be benefited. I think that what's going to happen is they're going to have, we're going to have there's going to be a colony of people that head that way. And we'll just have to see what happens, but I'll tell you what, I think Canada would do great on its own. Yeah, they have socialized medicine up there, Jamie. They get their free medical care and all of that, but they also find themselves, especially their older population, is in trouble because over a certain age, they're denied medical care. So their lifespan is coming down. A lot of our country people are worried about the mass exodus arriving. Well, it wouldn't be bad for you. It would not be bad. It would be good because that is more jobs, more money coming in to your country, or even into your territory, which would be U.S. territory anyway. But yeah, it would definitely be a big change. Hours in the medical rooms, yes. There is a YouTuber whose daughter, 19 years old, 19, she was 19, diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and they waited so long, they almost weren't sure she was going to make it out of treatment. And that's bull, if you ask me. That's wrong. That is just so wrong on every level. Nobody cares about the elderly, but I'm a caregiver, and I surely do. Oh, I sure do. Jamie, yes, 100% free medical, even if you have a cold or you need heart surgery. So, yeah, they'll have to let that go. Eh? Actually, no, not really, because when you go up into northern Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, and then you get up into northern New York, all of those areas that kind of border up there, they say the same thing. When I was on the road, they have, it's amazing to me how many different languages, so to speak, accents, whatever, that the United States has. Isn't that crazy? I mean, they have basically up there, they have the same, just about the same language as you guys. And then if you go up into the Pacific Northwest and those states, Montana, Idaho, and Washington State, when you get up there, you have a lot of French speaking people. It's really weird how they just kind of blend. They do, they just kind of blend. But then you have that really thick southern accent down there in the southeast, except Florida. Florida does not have that really thick southern accent. But Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana's got its own language, I'm telling you. Anyway, I'm back on the road for a bit. I'll be listening. Okay, you be careful. But it's amazing to me the different languages, so to speak, accents, languages, pronunciations are just totally different. It's just weird. In the United States alone. And you have that thicker southern accent in like Tennessee, Kentucky, South Carolina, but not Florida. Florida has a straight, just like ours. It's just kind of a straight English language, English accent. American accent, I guess. It's not English. My hip hurts. Oh my God. You still there, Jamie? Yes, I'm dog sitting. I've started watching a new channel on YouTube. It's called Canine Cabins Resort or something like that. He does dog boarding. It's just a couple that built a boarding kennel on their land. They live in New Mexico. And I never thought I would enjoy a simple channel like that. It's amazing to me. I didn't think that I would enjoy a channel where they're not allowed. Well, why not? Oh, that's funny. But anyway, it's amazing to me, but then it's kind of intriguing because I'm like, where can I find land where I can do what he did? He put up sheds. With more people and our music. Well, it's about time you showed up. You ignored me and blew me off 3 or 4 times, 4 times, when I tried to say hi to you, you butthole. Go do your partying. Don't get too drunk and crazy. You got to watch that blood sugar, so you be careful. It's gross, Grandma. I know it's gross. But my thought was, if I could find some land and I could get my hand on those sheds, those really long sheds, never drink alcohol, beverages, nor smoke. Got it. Well, just take care of yourself. Next time, don't ignore me when I say hi to you. Now, I punished him, Jamie. He did. He flat ass ignored me. I'm like, don't send me another Instagram message. With all the people we are here, we don't drink or smoke. Oh, that's okay. I wish I had grown up in a environment where that wasn't a part of the equation, because then it wouldn't have been a part of my equation. You know what I mean? But I started smoking when I was 15, so I'm kind of screwed now. Oh, you got coyote. Where at in Arizona are you, Jamie? Could be a nice meal, uh-huh. Never ignored you, just out of work. And then met with family, and then we gathered for the what is that word? Parandas? Parandas? Yes, you did. I said he's alive and went to say hi to you, and you said, I'm leaving. And I'm like, what the hell? Tempe. Did you see my Tempe picture? If I have any place that is the most beautiful place in Arizona, it's Tempe, Arizona. Have you seen my picture, Jamie? I will have to send you a YouTube video so you learn how are our parandas. Okay. It's a carnival. No, what are you talking about, Grandma? Okay, Humberto. Be careful partying. Don't get too crazy. You just turned really old. Just saying. I gotta go get this picture. I want Jamie to see it. Okay. Never old. This was my family when we were all a whole. So, starting over here, it's my son Marshall, and then Jerry, and then my oldest daughter Elizabeth, and then Tori, my middle one, and then Becca, and then me. After I shaved my head, we are just more mature and party people. I'll tell you what, you do party better when you're older because you know your limit. Humberto is in Cuba. I'm jealous. He's in Cuba? You're in Cuba? I have been in Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Bahamas, and many other countries. So you're not in Cuba now? Stop it now. He likes to rub it in, Jamie. No, I am in Puerto Rico. Got it. I thought maybe I missed something. It's the thought, Grandma. Got it. I thought I missed something. So anyway, um, me and Jerry were on the road. I had just woke up. Just as good, damn it. Me and Jerry, I had just woke up. We were on the truck. And we were heading east, coming out of California. It's still heading to the east because we were heading somewhere. And I was able to catch this picture with a simple digital camera. We save to then visit. We save to then visit other countries. That's one thing that I wish I could do more of. I wish I had done more of that when I was on Big Truck. Now, granted, I did when Jerry and I were together. And then we spent a lot of that to buy the house and the cars and the pickup and all that. I bet I know what it is. So anyway, we were going through Tempe to the east. This is Tempe, Arizona. And this is my most favorite picture that I ever took on the road. It was a couple of years after I was on the road. And it was beautiful. But anyway, it's Tempe. But anyway, it's so pretty. Just the way the sun was hitting everything. Yeah, the city, yeah. But anyway, just the way the sun was hitting everything, I was like, oh my God, that is so pretty. But anyway, it was my favorite. I loved it. Just a beautiful picture. The way that the sun was coming down and from a distance, yes. But anyway, so now I always share that because it's such a beautiful scene, you know. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Love spending time with Navajo. Part of my heritage. Love the fried. You know what? My family, some of my family, when they get together, my grandmother's side of the family, they get together in Albuquerque. I have never been able to go when they've had the family reunions down there. I've never been able to go. I always had children. I could never afford that. So I always stayed behind and took care of the animals for everybody. And then when I went on the road, we went through Albuquerque, delivered there 100 times, went through Albuquerque. I thought it was cool. And never got to stop and enjoy a damn thing. Never. Please pour honey on that fried bread and some powdered sugar. Now that sounds like a funnel cake. Can't do that, Jamie. I can do that, Jamie. I'm not type 1, I'm type 2. I can for you. Now she's rubbing it in. But yeah, we had a lot of good sceneries that we got to enjoy. And I'll tell you, even some of the nighttime sceneries, although you can't take a good picture of it, but the nighttime sceneries, which I drove at night, well, you can pour some sugar on me. That was a good song in its day. Um, the only thing that we never really could get a good picture of is the nighttime sceneries. You know, coming down into Albuquerque. He's talking about Albuquerque. If you come down into Albuquerque, because it's in this hole, it is so beautiful at night to see Albuquerque. When you're coming down, you come east or west. If you're going east or west, you come down into Albuquerque. And it's just so pretty. Yes, it is. It is a good song. It still is. I think that's one of the ones that'll just kind of live on. It's kind of like AC/DC. HM Auto Detailing. What are you talking about? Who is that? I'm a detective. That's Hassan. You must see him in the other one. He was here last night. I was on live last night for about an hour. And I was just trying to stay awake. But nobody was chit-chatting. Nobody was talking. So I went ahead and left. And I just went to bed. And of course, I was awake exactly when I said, Hassan, okay. Whoa, Grandma. Only reason I knew the live was in session is because just as I was going to go live here, Henry went live. Henry is searching for the dream. You get it. I get it. Walks like an Egyptian. That's another one that will never die. Walk like an Egyptian. I could never do that crap. That hurts my damn shoulder. He is from the Egyptian. He has, yeah. He's got Egyptian roots. Yep. Anyway, and Henry said that live was going on. So otherwise I wouldn't have known. Where'd you go, demon? We were talking about marriage again last night, Humberto. Crazy Crunch brought it up. He was asking Hassan what his idea of marriage was. That went well. Okay. Still, that's her only mod. I was just sneaking in. Yeah. I think that Humberto is still a mod. If he were to go in there. I don't know for how long. If she thinks he's associated with me. Because I kind of said what I thought that night. Marriage. It's good. Crazy Crunch was... We had that big discussion a couple of nights ago. And then it went on into last night. And what do you mean not anymore? These sinuses are playing with me again on this side. I cannot have that. Miss that. Yeah, he's been struggling in his marriage. Who has? Are you talking about Crazy Crunch? He was talking about... Well, I don't know that he's married. He was talking about... And we had to kind of discuss it because in the end you have to stop and think about it. Crazy Crunch is from India. He lives in India. They have a totally different culture than we do. And we all struggle in marriage. I am divorced, but still believe in marriage. But that was your first marriage. Your first and only marriage, right? So his culture sees it a lot differently than we do. I think it's a matter of circumstance, Humberto. And the reason why I say that is because I believed in marriage. It took me a while to get there, but I believed in marriage after my bad marriage with the kids' dad. And then, after Jerry died, I wasn't quite sure about that. Then when I decided, okay, I will get married again, but I was all kinds of crazy. I kept thinking if I take him back, which I think I told you guys the story, if I take him back, I'll get Becca back. Which is obviously not going to happen. But that marriage was the worst one, and that turned me away. And that's when I self-sabotage. Juice, how you doing? Fist bump. I can't really define their culture. I thought it was male-dominated in that country. That's what I thought. And he's Muslim. So I completely misunderstood. But the way that he's talking, he's got very Americanized view of marriage. The only thing is money. He says you have to have money. Yeah, I like the roast video. Thank you. I tried to keep it low key. But, a roast video is not that good without the F word, but you got to take that out. Or at least some should. I should. Anyway, I had to get him. Are you still in that chat? In the chat? Yeah. So anyway, the only thing different that I found rather interesting is you have to have a lot of money. Otherwise, you can't take care of them. But his thought is the man works, the woman cooks. And that's the way it should be. Which is an ideal setup. Even though it's a challenge, it was great, Juice said. Yeah, I thought it was great. I tried to, it took me 3 weeks. That man has got a lot of damn videos on his channel. Even though it's a challenge, you make a commitment and you choose to make it successful. Else, why marry? There are circumstances that definitely aren't tolerable, like being hit, mistreated, and unfaithful. Yes. What's up? First, it's like Legends of the Fall. I never saw that. But when I was listening to him, because obviously that first night I totally misunderstood what he said. I took it completely wrong. Not realizing this man lives in a totally different country. We see things very different here. But anyway, so he's thinking money is the number one thing. Do you know who Andrew Wilson is? No, I don't think so. Who's Andrew Wilson? Yes, he's Muslim. Crazy Crunch is Muslim. A debater. No, I can't say that I've ever heard of him, but I'm willing to look him up. Do I need to look him up for something? But anyway, my thought was that Muslims had male-dominated marriages. But the way that he was talking, Humberto and Jamie, that's not the case. based on the topic. No. Are you married? I've never heard of that name. You're not married. Are you old enough for marriage? I don't know if you're... I don't know much about you. Sorry. I know you're a male, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, fill me in on the deets, man. I watch a lot of modern day debates. Oh, I'm 30. You're 36? Wow. Yeah, that's the prime of life. Because you're getting ready to go into that midlife crisis era. Yuckers. Anyway. What was I saying? No, but I can look him up and check and see what he's got to say. And see, I have a bad habit of looking at marriage from a personal standpoint due to certain circumstances. Because that last marriage I had, I'm not willing to go down that road again. I'm not willing to take that chance of somebody literally being a saint and being all about this, that, and everything else. All good, everything good in this world. And within the first 30 days, suddenly it's a whole different person. Modern Day Debates is a good channel. I'm going to check it out. Let's see. To them, it's a contract of mutual consent, as they call it, but it's the same thing for all of us. I never knew that. Humberto, I was always under the impression, talks a lot about the dynamics between men and women. Now, that is definitely something I would like to hear. I look at this, obviously, from a personal standpoint, but then I also look at it from a psychological standpoint because my degree is in psychology. Modern Day Debates. Andrew Wilson. So while I understand all of the good things that can come from having a healthy marriage, because I did have a healthy marriage with Jerry, where I didn't have to fight with somebody, you know what I mean? I also struggle with it because of the personal crap that I've gone through. And they also are married to one woman. That's why I love you so much, Grandma. Bring out the psychology. I love the psychology. I love the psychology of all of it, of life. It's like I try to mess with, I tried to find a way to communicate with, I try to find a way to communicate with everybody. But having an associate's in psychology, you try to find, and being a truck driver, I tried to find a way to communicate with the truck drivers. And the only way to communicate with them is to let them know, be back in 10, okay, is to let them know, I can tell what kind of person you are in bed by the way you drive. If you're driving fast and furious, we know you will not be worth our time in bed because you will be wham bam, thank you man, bye-bye. If you are taking it slow, chill, and all of that, then you're probably really good in bed. And that's the psychology, okay? So that, you find ways to communicate with whoever you're surrounded by. And while I can, like I said, understand there's so much benefit to having a healthy marriage, I still cannot get over that last husband of mine. And I'm like, The thing is, in Muslims, the men can marry non-Muslims women, but women cannot. That's not right. You're going to fall. That's not right. Well, if a man is slow and meticulous and, you know, not crazy, not always in a hurry, takes his time, he's going to most generally be better in bed. He's going to be slow and easy and got me? Okay. However, especially with the younger generations now that are coming into trucking, they are fast and furious. They are driving those trucks like they're freaking race cars. That makes you appreciate being from the United States. Muslims also discourage nakedness and nudity. And, well, how the hell are you supposed to? So, anyway, I think you got my drift now, Jamie. Forbidden to say what's happening in their marriage. Well, I don't think anybody should be discussing what's happening in their marriage as long as they're not being harmed by it. Okay. I was going to say. See, and that wouldn't work out for me. Okay. Ah. Whoops. No, you're fine. And I did know that. I did know that. I did know that they do not drink alcoholic beverages. Yes. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. You know, it's like Humberto says, when he goes to bed, he wants to go the way God sent him. Okay? I will take showers sometimes in the middle of my sleep because I was sweating so bad. But I'm in freaking, or I'm just coming out of menopause, but you still have the sweating and crap. No, you're good. You're good. But still, it was just funny. Um, and then I crawl in bed. I don't, I don't want to have to, if I don't want to, put my clothes on. You know what I mean? Especially in my period of life where, you know, you go through menopause, you're experiencing these horrible hot flashes, and they don't go away. They don't come and then go away in 30 seconds. These bastards will last 5 minutes. And you look like, you know, they have videos of women, their heads, steam coming out of their heads from hot flashes. My glasses will fog up. And this stuff lasts for 5 minutes. I mean, so I'm just going to crawl in the bed and that's it. After coming out of the shower, yes. And then you're hot and cold and yes. And no, I know it's terrible. And yeah, it'll last for years. Now, I've been able to tone them down by upping the D3. When they get bad, I up the D3 and try to get more control over them. See, the only reason that here's my biggest, and do something out of morality. But what is the standard of morality? Here's my problem with the Muslim faith, if that's what it's called. It's the fact that, like, there are, like, the LGBTQ community. We need to just leave them alone. And let them do life. If that makes any sense. Let them do life. But the Muslim faith does not do that. From what I understand. And I have a problem with that. I'm not lesbian. But I don't have any problem with that. That could be because of lies or nudity, etc. Okay. I did not know that. But like I said, and I don't really understand the entire faith in itself. I'm only going by what I have learned over time. And I have a problem with that. You need to let these people have their life. Whatever they do in their life is their business. But I also am an American. And being American, we live in a place where we should be who we are. You know, freedom of speech. We're free to work. We're free to marry whoever we want. We can marry black men. Women can marry black men. Black men can marry white women. Hispanics. I mean, they can marry whoever they want. If they can do that, and the Muslim faith is just different to me. I feel like it stifles the growth of people as individuals. If that makes any sense. Hopefully that makes sense. But they would rather kill people that are lesbian and part of the gay community. And that's just not right. Who the hell died and made you God of humanity? You know what I mean? Didn't you know that they have dogs just for work and they don't have them at home like a... I did not know that. If you came up here to bite me and dig at me and all that, go away. No. No, I did not know that. And I could not, I'll tell you what, I'm not a dog person. You guys have heard me talk about that. But ever since the day I got that dog, she literally goes most everywhere I go. It does. But if you don't grow up with it, and are educated to think and act a certain way, it's different. Yes, and you're right. That is the culture. But the problem that I have is if you come to America, this is why the illegal immigrant subject is such a tough one for me. If you come to America, you must assimilate to our way of life, to our culture. Whether you like it or not, you must learn our language. You must learn how to, this is how we work. We work. You don't live off the government. You work. Okay? The government should be there. That help should be there to help you along if you don't make enough money. But the Muslim faith does not do that. They will not assimilate. They can't touch or kiss or look until married. So are they arranged marriages? Humberto, are they arranged? How are you going to know who you're going to marry if you don't look? You know what I mean? I mean stare. Okay. But they have a different way of living, as do we as well. I understand that. But if they come here, they need to assimilate. And in this country, we allow people to be individuals. You're basically meeting a stranger and then getting married? No. That is not going to work. Not going to work. I need coffee. Hold the phone. Not going to work. I could not imagine I did know that about the tattoos. I did know that. I could not imagine. You know, I got married really, really quick to the kids' dad, but I was pregnant very quickly. And someone is right side. And I love it. And they don't have tattoos. Anyway, I don't know. I cannot imagine, like with Jerry, it took a long time. We started dating in April of 2001 and we didn't get married until August of 2003, so that's over 2 years. They don't eat pork too. They consider the pork unhealthy. So I could not imagine not getting to know the person I'm going to marry. I could never. That to me is a disaster in the making. Yeah, he was. And I think that's why that relationship was so different. Because I was 16 years old, got knocked up by the kids' dad, Mike. And I got pregnant right around that, if not on my 16th birthday in August. And then we were married by December 12th. That's why I told you numbers play a role in my life. My youngest daughter died on what would have been me and Mike's 25th anniversary. We got married December 12th, 1987. She died December 12th, 2012. But yeah, I didn't love Mike the way that I should have. And then when I met met Jerry, it was totally different. And I was in a mode of hating men. So there's no way my marriage would have worked out with Jerry had we just met and got married. There's no way. Because I was in I hate men mode. That would have never worked out. I mean, think about that. So then in that 2 years, he taught me and helped me to learn and understand not all men are like that. And so I still carry that today. Not all men are like that. And they're not. Every man is different. But I could not imagine a time with no courtship. I couldn't imagine that. So sweet. Yeah, it was the best. We only had 1 year where we struggled to get along, and that was our first year on the road. Because we were trying to learn how to live with each other in this little tiny space. I mean, what are you going to do? Get pissed off at him when you're sitting in the passenger seat? Take 2 steps to the back and slam the curtains? You know damn well what I'm talking about, Jamie. It does not do you any good when you cannot slam that door or slam that phone down. You know what I mean? It doesn't do you any good. So, I don't know. I couldn't imagine a life like that. That just seems to me like it's an arranged marriage. Oh my God. Could you imagine somebody arranging your marriage? It would depend on the person. I mean, if that person had some kind of secret vendetta against you, they're going to put you with the worst MFer out there. You know what I mean? Uh-uh. But yeah, once Jerry and I figured out that first year on the road, and our first year of marriage was not even bad. It was after that first year on the road, everything just kind of fell into place, and I didn't have to fight with him. I didn't have to, I wasn't worried about anything, it's just kind of whatever. How can you learn about a person and already be married? I know. I cannot imagine that. And it would make me nervous. Who the hell is arranging that shit? No, I couldn't do it. So our 2 years together really allowed us a chance to get to know one another. Something that also they allow is marriage up to 4. I don't share. Mm-mm. I don't like to share. No. Mm-mm. I would be like, no, I'm not sharing. If I am with a man, that is my commitment. And by God, he better have the commitment too. Otherwise, I'm dropping my commitment. That's how that works. Okay? You are committed to one person. You know what I mean? I don't share. See, I just don't understand that. That's like that show, Sister Wives. Now, the reason I'm so intrigued in it now is because they're leaving his ass. They done left him. So now I want to see how they take the show at this point. But I was like, I don't want to watch that show. That's just BS. You are nothing but an egotistical SOB if you think you got to have 4 wives. You know what I mean? No. And I'm not sharing. I'd rather be all alone. Hubs is my favorite. I trained him well. That was another thing, Jamie. I know we joke about that. Now people sleep around and fool around, married or not. They do. They do. I am so amazed. There was somebody at work at the hotel, the first hotel I worked with. And, I told her I'd been divorced been separated since 2014 and divorced since 2015. Because I had to save up the money to get the divorce. He wasn't paying for it. He didn't pay for nothing. He was great at spending money. He just wasn't good at bringing the money in. Okay, and so I had to save up to get the divorce a year later. And she's like, "What? Have you dated anybody? Have you had any boyfriends?" And I said, "No. I've had two dinner dates, and one of them spent the entire time talking politics. And I don't think that's appropriate for your first date. And the other one, he wanted to be married. 50 years old, almost 50 years old, we should know what we want. I mean, we don't need to take our time or anything like that." And I'm like, "No, I'm good." Um, and I did not sleep with him. And then she's like, "How can you go all that time without ever having sex?" After a while, it doesn't bother you anymore. It doesn't affect you. And they are so fresh saying or talking about it as if they went to Target. Exactly. Exactly. They wouldn't know what to do without it. I asked my hubs if he wanted to swing one day on a joke, and he said, "Hell no. I can't even keep up with you." And that's the way it should be. That is exactly the way it should be. And Humberto's got a really good point. It's like freaking trendy stuff. And I'm like, after the first couple of years, it didn't matter to me. It doesn't affect me. So, but I can't handle the trendy stuff. How many partners in a month? And they glamorize it. It's on YouTube. They've got a story about a woman who is OnlyFans. She's got an OnlyFans account, and she's been with over 1,500 people in 6 months. Anyway, no. Oh, and yeah, a commitment is a commitment between two people. A marriage, same thing. And I'm not even of the thought that we need to have a frickin' marriage license anymore. I used to think that. But the reason that I'm not of the thought that there should be a marriage license is because a marriage should be between a man and a woman and God. That's just my belief. But a marriage license is nothing more than a record keeping thing for the government. And I'm like, you know what? No. A marriage is a deep, soulful commitment. This is bugging the crap out of me. And I just don't think that piece of paper needs to be there. It's a sick situation, people. Yeah. It's just weird. I'm just of the thought that, and I will probably, and I'm not for this piece of paper much anymore. I just don't. That just makes people go stupid. Um, and meaning it's a joke. It is. It is. They keep a count now and then play as virgins shit because they want to get married and have a family. Even say, "Why can't I find somebody good to marry?" Because you were, bitch. Yeah, you've exactly. Read. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. If you just, I don't know. But it's kind of goes back to what I said on one of my videos. The youth is wasted on the young. Now, I was talking about that particular subject in a particular manner, okay? Meaning that we don't take our elders into consideration and we don't consider the things they have to say as worthy. And then when we get to be our age, we wish we had shut up and listened. But it's the same thing with the relationships. If we had the wisdom as young people going into our marriages, our first marriages, the same wisdom that we have now as older people, 40 to, hell, they're even getting married into their 70s and 80s now. It's because they understand it better. Totally understand it better. Make grandma laugh. She didn't read it. I did read it. I did. You were talking about he couldn't keep up. I can't even keep up with you. But that's true. And it's the way it should be. He shouldn't want to have to just keep up with, he shouldn't want to keep up with anybody other than you. So yes, it is funny. But it's the freaking truth, too. You know what I mean? Hello, Nate. How's it going? Oh, what is it? 10:40 your time? At the university, I was going to parties with one gal for several times. And she one time asked me if I was gay or something because I didn't make a crazy move on her. I told her, not like that, I am a gentleman. Yeah, now, that's different. Of course, you were going through university at a different time, different day and age now than it is now, also, Humberto. And that is something you got to consider. Nowadays, in the 2000s, it's just nothing but it's going at, asked, yes, currently in bed in the edge of sleep. Thought I'd stop in and say, hey. Thank you. Glad to see ya. Hope everything's going okay. Men are usually not like that. Not normally. But back in those days, yeah, because they considered that differently. They looked at being a gentleman as something honorable. You know what I mean? I mean, you gotta have something to stand on. And that to me is honorable. And I don't know. Young girls nowadays, they think that their worth is in how much a man, if a man's going to attempt to get her in bed. If he's not attempting to get her in bed, she doesn't think she's worth a damn. And I think that's just a bunch of blah. Chivalry is not dead, folks. With some people. With some people, yes, it's not dead. It's usually the older men that'll hold the door open for you or something like that. I can't even tell you how many times, and you know me, no filter, and somebody would walk in the door and not hold the door, especially the guys. And, or if I held the door for somebody and they don't say thank you, I am not nice about that. I went out with her for several months and always respected her still. She is a friend, and I visited her and her family. My hubs is 11 years older than me. I get it. Yep. That would make sense. That would make sense. I need to go grab a pill packet. Actually, no, I don't. I have got to get some sinus medicine going. I cannot go with this headache again. And I'm feeling it. I am going to have to get some fix. I don't know where it's at. I am just not into being the boss. The boss of what? Ricola. Yeah, we don't have the chews here, Humberto. That's what I do, Nate. And of course, I have to be real bold about it. And I'm like, you're effing welcome. I'm not nice about it anymore. People are just full of crap. I feel like I'm the boss, and I don't necessarily like that. The boss in what? In your marriage? Now, that's something I don't really have an experience with. The reason I say that is because even my marriage, okay, see, even in my marriage to Jerry, I ran the money. And the reason why is because he was 2 years into a bankruptcy. And he was convinced, being 10 years older than me, he was 40, okay, at the time. I'm not either. I'm an asshole. I know I am. I'm like, mm-mm. But anyway, he said, you know what? I told him, I said, listen, one thing that we had a really serious talk about it. And I said, one thing that I lost when I was married to the kids' dad is myself. And I worked very hard to become the independent person that I am now. I don't want to lose that. And that's why I'm afraid to be in a relationship, because a lot of times women lose that. I did. My identity was wrapped up in his existence and the kids' existence, and I knew nothing about taking care of a checkbook. I couldn't manage money. I couldn't do anything. I went through classes. I learned all of that, and therapy, went through all the therapy to learn to be independent for once in my life. I divorced at 28 years old. When you don't know how to manage a checkbook at 28 years old, that will F with your head. And so he said, you know what? I'm in bankruptcy. He said, I have to pay this trustee every month. So I'm obviously not good with money. He said, so let's see if you're any better about it. You take care of the money. You make sure the bills are paid. I will make sure you have all the money you need in addition to the money you have, and we'll pay the bills. And that's what I did. I paid off his bankruptcy. I paid off all my debt, all of his excess debt. We paid off his pickup. And it worked. I have to maintain that level. Because I cannot, hi Missy, I cannot, under any circumstances. Okay, let me catch up on these comments. You can be the boss without saying it or pushing it. I wasn't applying for the role either. Sometimes it's just a matter of balance and helping keeping the balance nicely. My mom is feeling better now. Woo woo! Fist bump. I was not pushing anything or saying anything. It's just how I work, I guess. Well, as long as it's not destructive, Jamie, destructive to the relationship, there shouldn't be a problem with that. That's me. I'm alpha. And alphas do have trouble with that. And it does take a lot to just back off. And I would probably nowadays, I would probably give my partner, husband, whatever, more say in the money. I think I would. And the only reason why is because, now that I've been alone for 10 damn years, I'm like, sometimes it would be nice to pass it off to somebody else. You know what I mean? If I said I missed anything about being in a relationship or being married, you don't have anybody to give you a hug when you're having a really rough day. And you don't have somebody to pass things off on. And I don't have anybody to call to say, hey, come get this light fixture down that still has a burned out light bulb. Because whenever the kids are here, I never remember to tell them to pull it down. They never remember to pull it down. So still, 2 years later, damn thing above my sink. I can't get it off of there. So it would be nice to have that. But other than that, I just want somebody who's just going to be freaking nice. Just be nice. You know what I mean? Agreed, Grandma. Yeah, I think if I missed anything, that would be it. But I'm also real good at DWO. Doing without. I'm going to do without that light until one day maybe I'll remember. If not, the kids can deal with it. You just can be wise and manage it in a resilient manner, because sometimes the day working is hard and one wants to come back home and relax with the wife first and then the kids. It's truly, now that you touched on the point, it's truly hard to come by these days. It is. Well, and I'm stuck in self-sabotage mode, Jamie. I better get to bed. I fell asleep there for a few seconds. That ZQL knocks my ass out. I'm sorry. No, you're good. You get some rest, Nate. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. The structure of a family. I think that was one of the biggest mistakes that me and my kids' dad made. The structure of the family, I put the kids first and not the marriage. And he didn't put the marriage together, or he didn't put the marriage first. But in the end, you can't take care of your children if you don't put your marriage first. So then and I didn't know that until I went to college. The structure of your family and how you plan and build the foundation is the utmost importance. The problem is mothers and fathers put their children first. Yes, the patriarchy, feminism is evil. It is. It really is. I've never seen something so destructive. It to so many different people. You know what I mean? It's amazing. Just saying. It's just very destructive. How's your wife doing, Nate? The nuclear family. Yeah, the structure of the family is the utmost importance. And I wish I had, hell, I didn't go to college till I was freaking 40. So I kind of wish I had that knowledge before, because I never put the marriage number one. Mike never put the marriage number one. But Jerry and I did. Jerry and I unintentionally put our marriage first. We were truck drivers. We were never home. Okay, so when we were home, we put the kids first. So our circumstances forced us to follow the structure of the family the way that it should have been. Late bloomer. It's just amazing. But then, my kids, one had already passed away, but the others were grown with the third marriage. that was just a mistake from day one. And I would almost venture to say that was all 100% my mistake. I would own that. I would own it. I'm not lying. I would own it because I never should have done it. Never should have done it. I had it in my mind because I was stupid crazy that if I take his ass back, my dead daughter would be back. I would get her back. Losing a kid will F with your head. Just saying. So, yeah. I don't think that marriage should have happened. And I don't even consider it. It's hard to trust your marriage is going to work for life. And then raise kids too. It's a teeter-totter. It is. Especially today. Today, it seems like people, I was saying that, who was I saying that to? Crazy Crunch. Because he was talking about how money should be number one, or you can't take care of the wife. And I said, you know, nowadays, money doesn't even seem to be affecting anybody, because these girls are marrying up these broke-ass boys. They don't even have freaking jobs, and they never do. Through their whole marriages, these broads are out there working, busting their ass. You know, taking care of his sorry ass. And I'm like, no. No. Okay. Look. It's a teeter-totter. I read it. Humberto is going to make me cry. Oh, always remember that when Dad arrived home, Mom was always first at the door. And if we were there first, she would say, get behind me. It's because women are in the workforce is the reason why men can't support a family. Bingo! Bingo! And if you say that, it's sexist. But it's true. When we started pushing women into the workforce, that's when a man's income started to come down. And it is, in some cases, it's less than a woman now. It's definitely not what it should be. But yeah, you are so right. It's way less. Yeah, it is. And I'm not trying to be sexist by saying that women should be out there working, because that's not what I'm getting at. But with women in the workforce, we're barking in our sleep. Or you know, the attempt to bark. It does. It takes down a man's ability to support his family. Let me see. It's way less. The double the workforce, therefore the price of labor dropped. Yep. No way, Grandma, you speak truth. Yes. But you can't say that without offending people. And it's not my intention to offend any woman out there. And I would have loved to be in a marriage, and I was, because the first about 10 years of my marriage to the kids' dad, maybe a little less, 8 years, I was an at-home mom. So that was, I did do that. I missed something. Oh, and the crazy expectation of having a man earning 6 figures when that's not reality of earnings. Exactly. But that's because of women in the workforce. Juice is saying it the way it should be. When you look at what brought down a man's ability to support his family and mom be home to take care of the children. It is because women are in the workforce. And that brings down his ability to earn because of the competition. My library scares, it did scare me. DG, your base, please check out Andrew Wilson and his wife, Rachel Wilson. I will dang sure do that, yes. 6 figure, 6 foot. Oh, juice. Ah, he said it. Yep. And that is something, and I would love to. That is something I even joked about it once. I joked about it and said, who was I talking to? Oh, the kids. I think I was talking to my girls. And I told them, shit, if I ever get married next time, he better make some good money because I'm quitting. I ain't working. I'm sitting on my butt. I'll clean the house. I'll make the dinner, blah, blah, blah. But I ain't working. He better be making the money. He's going to work because, damn it, this time it's going to be done right. Of course, they laughed at me and they're like, you would never be able to quit work. No, but I mean, I shouldn't have to work, is what I'm getting at. I can't have these conversations anywhere else. You can't make this up. No. We have the most open relationship or open conversations you will ever imagine here. You never know where it's going to go. You never know. And some people get upset and never come back. Thank God for detailing. A man can still make good money doing that. As long as he's got everything set up properly as, business-like, then yeah, he can. Anthony in the house, fist bump. How you doing, Anthony? That's what Satan is doing, destroying the family by injecting bad things and making them look as good things. Yes. So yeah, that is exactly right. It's amazing when you actually look at it, but we can't actually look at it and we cannot actually study it because everybody takes offense to everything you say. You shouldn't be doing that. And we don't seem to, and along the lines of women being in the workforce and men not having the ability to do what they need to do, now what's happened is because women have been out into the workforce, they're not pushing their boys. That those boys need to provide. She can help you provide, but by God, you better be working your ass off. Because there's too many youngins out there, these young guys, and they're not working. So that's my whole thing. I ain't no nice guy. You're pretty open. I've seen that. Yes, it's very true. Not today, Satan. I mean, I think you're just blunt, but I'm pretty blunt too. So I can see it. I'm one of those detailers on YouTube that's very controversial and a lot of people don't like me. My life is not dictated by that. I don't care. As you can see, there's people coming in here who are not necessarily detailers. But there is that, the clique hates my guts. Let's do a poll. Is Grandma blunt? Yes or no? Everybody knows I am. But the clique hates my guts, Juice. Deep down. It's just kind of one of them things. I am blunt, and I know that. But I didn't come into this business till I was 50. Uh-oh. That kiss ass is where the real evil is. Yep. Why is that hiding that? Why did it hide that? What's the cliche? Yeah, we've got there's a, how do you say it without being just, Humberto would be better at this than me. He has a diplomatic way of putting things. There is a larger group of detailers, and because of the, okay. And I stood up and called out what one of the head guys did to me, and they didn't like that. Don't care. Don't care. If you do something wrong to somebody, I'm going to call you out. But, it is what it is. But anyway, no, I also am not considered a detailer. That's another one. I am not part of the detailing community because I do not detail. I do dealership detailing, which I do detail. But I started dealership detailing because of my parents. So that'd have to be a private conversation, Juice. I'm a professional car washer. I'm a professional rinseless washer. I literally do not do hardly any pressure washing. You know what I mean? So, and that's why I'm shocked to see my channel subscribers growing like it is. That's weird to me. It stayed stagnant for about a month, and now when I got signed in like yesterday, it's like it went up almost 100 people. I must say that, so if someone complains, I tell them to get a detailer. There you go. That's the best way to put it. That's a good way to put it. I don't think that any detailing customer cares how their car got cleaned. All they care about is that the car got cleaned and there was no damage done. I really think that's the end goal. They're not going to walk up to me and say, so what are you using? I have never had a customer or even a dealership say, don't use this, don't use this, don't do this. They embarrass that it's dirty. Yeah. I don't do detailing daily, just weekends, and some of them from dealerships too, when they call me when they have a nice car so they can get more money out of it. It's kind of like my dealership plan. It's $125. Speaking of, you guys, I have maybe some good news. We will know Monday. Another dealership, that will be 4. I can't wait. I'm hoping. I've given him all the information, and we've had a little bit of a talk. He told me it's not very far from my shop either, so I can't wait. Anyway, yes, that's the end goal. And in the end, I keep hearing detailers complaining they have no work. They don't have any work. I can't find work. How do I get customers? I don't know how to do this. What do I do? Look at how bad they gnarl on Carlos about marketing. That, like he's done something special. No, he hasn't done anything special. He just has a particular way that the customers, they like. Okay? And while they're sitting at home with no customers, they're also the first ones that says, I'm not working for a dealership. I'm not doing that. That don't pay no money. And so, of course, no filter. Hey, MFer, at least you're making a little bit of money, because when you're sitting at home on your ass on the couch, you're not making a damn thing. So pick and choose. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Either you want to make money or you don't. I'm not saying that everybody should be a dealership detailer. However, I am saying in their first year they should be dealership detailers, because that's where you're going to learn. Juice is talking about the detailers and tag you and other detailers. Tag you and other detailers, yeah. That's a good gig first, yeah. It's pool of detailers on YouTube. It is. But the click is the worst part. They're the worst part. I had a dealership that wanted to hire me full-time to detail cars. A large Ford dealership, but in the end, we couldn't come to terms in the money. Now, that's a little bit different. I will not work for a dealership, because that's when you don't make money. But if you contract with them as Detail Grandma, Quality Automotive, that's two entities, and you are providing a service to that dealership. See what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I would never work for one. And I even went through the Help Wanted on Indeed. Oh, what? A week ago? And I decided to look and see what was available for detailers. Got a couple of body shops that need some detailers. And then we had some dealerships who wanted porters. Listen, if I'm going to go get a job that is a detailer / porter, I'm there to detail. I am not there to be your bitch. And that's it. So, and for your little teeny weeny money. True. Work like that is good because it teaches you how not to care as much and send it. Yes, it does. And I will always tell people dealership detailing is very different than detailing for an outside customer. And it is. But that does not mean I am not a detailer. And that's what the clique thinks. I'm not a detailer because I don't do, but I do, outside customers. It's not authentic anymore, and it should be. So there's a lot of struggles that I have, and that's why I'm struggling with how the hell do all of these subscribers keep coming into my channel. I'm almost to 3,000. Literally within like 60, 70 of being at 3,000. I don't have the views to show that or reflect that. But it does drive me a little crazy. How is that happening? If such a big crowd has that much disdain for one person, to the point if I show up in a live, Curmudgeon's Corner is a perfect example. I love to go in there. I think Eileen and Aaron make a great team. I think Aaron does a lot of good things. The conversation is usually better and not slow and boring. And I will say hello, and I will get a certain amount of people that'll say hi, and the rest of them will not acknowledge me. The first time that somebody else comes in there, say Franco, every single person in that room says hi to him. Even in the places where I'm accepted, most of them do not acknowledge my existence. That's okay. The way I look at it, here's what it is. If YouTube keeps doing whatever it is they're doing to cause that subscriber count to go up like it is, eventually it's going to send me above a lot of them. And then they're going to have to realize there's a lot of detailers out there that they're missing out on. There's a lot of detailers out there that they're not catering to. I cater to a lot of detailers because a lot of them need to start out doing dealerships, but they can't say anything to anybody about it because it's so, no, you can't do that. It's true. So I'm thinking, you know what? Let YouTube keep pushing it out there. Let the subscriber count continue to go up. When I hit 10K, they'll take me really freaking serious at that point. It'll probably be too late, and I'm not going to be so nice at that point either. Yeah, like, I'll do a quick exterior, one trip around the car for $250 to $300 if it's already washed and decontaminated, and I just have to polish it. Is this the newer cars that you're talking about, John? The whole world is a commercial, Jamie. So yeah, that's the way I'm looking at it. YouTube keeps pushing me. Something is happening. I stayed stagnant. Well, before I went stagnant through the month of December, like the end of October, once I got monetized, it jumped. It jumped. It went from 1,200 all the way up to 2,800. And I'm like, shit, where'd they all come from? Which video did they see? I didn't know which one they saw. I still never figured it out. I think it's from the 12 weeks wash, because I didn't wash. Newer cars, okay. See, in the newer cars, in my opinion, I think they need less of that exterior work. I don't think that most of them need it for a car lot. The service I provide is an interior detail, exterior rinseless wash, engine bay wipe down. I make it as simple and plain as simple as possible. And I also make sure they understand you're never going to be able to make these interiors perfect. And because I am giving you a discount, I'm not getting crazy. I wish you could see my husband does at Penske. What does he do at Penske? Air compressor for what? For what, Juice? Jamie, I take my 2024 Freightliner to Penske for work. You thought you said you just got an air compressor for blowouts. Oh, no. Before we got the shop in October of 2023, I was mobile. From 2022 in June until the summer of 2023 when we thought I was having a heat stroke, I was mobile. And what I had was this little 2-gallon air tank. But I only had that about 6 months of being mobile. And that's because my kids set me up on it. But I was able to at least get it to, enough to blow things around and be able to vacuum them better. But we had, in storage, my grandfather's great big air tank or air compressor that I use now. Once we moved into the shop, we were able to bring that over there. I used it with just the air gun, but I didn't have like the Tornador style. I didn't have that. I didn't have that until April this year. And now that I have that, I'm like, oh, this changes everything. And it does. It changed everything. I get through most everything very fast. Blowouts, which is what Grandma does, and detail cleaning and washing, I did. I use a lot of DIY stuff now. That's just your go-to product. I think we all have a go-to product. She's total manual. I love it. I love the air compressor. Now, the video you're referring to, Juice, is it's a reboot. And that was one that happened in my earlier days. I try to do reboots of the first year that I was detailing. So I do those once a month. Orange Clean. Oh, is that stuff that's in your trunk? Their sponge is the best, though. I hate their sponge. I cannot stand that sponge. Number one, my hand is too small to fit around it. I don't have control of that sponge. I can't stand it. The other thing, it feels like I'm putting a ceramic coat on it. Because of I just don't like that foam. Just don't like it. I hate it. But so far, I've liked everything else. The only problem is I think there's way too many chemicals and they're rinseless. And you can see that in the MSDS sheets. There's lots of chemicals and they're rinseless. I hope they refine that and bring some of those chemicals back. Dial them back a little bit. Because if O&R can do it, so can they. Even though I know they want to stand out, so can they. They can take some of those chemicals out of there or dial them down. Better for your hands would be Ultra Black Sponge. Ultra Black Sponge. Whose is that? Ultra Soft Sponge. They do manual cleans at Penske too. All human labor. It's awesome. The Rag Company. Okay. You know what I gotta do. Which you like. I'm becoming more of a towel guy. I love Ivan, but not DIY. I use O&R Absolute mostly. I do not even like Absolute, but I use O&R. And now, let me tell you something, you guys. I am really liking that Hydra. Really, really liking the Hydra. Which cloths are you talking about? The Rag Company. TRC. What'd you call it? Ultra Black Sponge. Or soft sponge. Okay. I got it written down. What kind of towels are you like the ones you have, Grandma? Oh, did you order some Motowels? Oh, my God. Did you order some Motowels? Let me tell you something. I ordered a 25-pack. Well, there's one right here. I keep it here at home. I love these things. I love them. They are the best. You give me these I will always have a package of these because they're really, really good on the windows. I will always have a package of these, but from now on, I am sold on the motels. I'm just sold. Easily got 2,000. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I use them to clean my, oh yeah, they're definitely good for that. I probably easily got $2,000 just in products. It's a little bit ridiculous, actually. Oh, I like O&R, DIY, detail, rinseless, ordered Hydra, ordered Nexin. That's another one I want to try is Nexin. Oh, and I have Absolute since 1 a gallon. I just don't like that Absolute. It does not blend with the water. Also have Owner's Pride. I have never heard of that. I love Coach Kimmy. Coach Kimmy. 404. It's just that I know there is a lot of growing pains and other things like chemistry, shipping, just a lot of things that come with a newer company. I'd rather just buy from companies that have been. I'm kind of with you, Juice. I'm coming into knowing O&R in the state that the version that they're in the last 20, 2.5 years. And I really like that version. The only one of the O&R that I haven't tried is the one with the wax in it, the protection in it. I think that is something that I'm actually looking at getting as soon as I run out of the ceramic spray. And the reason I say that is because my dad, with these dealership cars, and we had so many this year that had all of that paint damage, he wants them protected with every wash now. And I'm like, okay, this is going to get expensive using ceramic spray coating. Now, he's willing to buy it. However, if we get the one with the wash and wax, I'll be able to knock out 2 things at once. So, anyway, I feel like we need to wait until version 2 or 3 come out. Then we can jump on the bandwagon, you know what I mean? I'm going to give, these new companies want to experiment with my money. Exactly. I'm going to gift a New Year's. What's that mean? Let's see. Juice, I totally get it. But there's not one product I have not tried from them that has been exactly the way they said has not been. Yeah. Gold Standard is great. Majestic Solutions, CC1 and FF3 are super. And Phoenix EOD Papa Cut. Is Papa Cut the heavier one? Humberto? John, it does, but at the same time, there's a fine line because people with the old school ways, they have a tendency not to modernize. And if they do modernize, they modernize too much. And therefore, the old schoolers become obsolete to them. So having that experience, yes, it makes a lot of difference to a lot of people, yes. But at the same time, you have to understand where they go in that time. Papa Cut is the heavy cut, so that's the one I want because I'm getting through that Naziol heavy cut. I like that Naziol heavy cut. I even like the medium cut. But that stuff leaves a layer of dust that looks like frickin' 3 inches of snow on the car. So I want to try a heavier cut, and I'm really starting to like those Phoenix EOD products. So I think I want to venture to my next heavier cut polish to be in the Phoenix EOD ones. I was looking that over on their website a couple weeks ago. And long working time. Humberto, yes. Also like Majestic Solutions Shield Repel coating. Now, I will say about the Gold Standard. The Gold Standard does well as a finishing polish for what I have to work on. The only problem with it, if I wanted to ceramic coat after using Gold Standard, it would be almost damn near impossible. Because you cannot use their very own panel prep. It's like it turns into a freaking solid. And you can't wipe it off and clean the oils off of that surface. And I'm like, what the hell? What the hell is going on here? So, I like the Gold Standard, but it's going to have to be used on the dealership cars. I cannot use it on regular cars if I'm going to ceramic coat them. It's just no way. It creates a film of some kind, and then you can't break through it. Majestic Solutions Shield Repel Coating. See, I've never heard of that. I've never heard of Majestic Solutions. Majestic Solutions. Maybe I have. It does, and I would bet money that Ivan makes a good product, but also it's a little pricey. I like a lot of 3D products and a few from Walmart too, to be exact. I wiped both DIY Detail Gold Standard and Phoenix EOD Papa Cut with rinseless. So I didn't use rinseless. I had to use I just used their panel prep. Ivan really put some people on a spin when he said cut with a DA, finish with a rotary. Yeah, he did. Yeah, and I could actually see that working because I have to use them both at the shop, and I started using a polisher, a rotary. That's how I started. And the rotary, I'm telling you what, you get that rotary and that thing will go flinging across that door panel if you don't know what the hell you're doing. Don't ask me how I know that. Majestic Solutions is in North Carolina. But no, I tried it and it worked amazingly well. I can see that happening. I can see that, John. And they make their own products, not a blender. Got it. I might get his polish. There is not too many options. But I don't know. I'll probably just go Opti. I need to look into that. Does Optimum No Rinse or Optimum have a line of products other than just rinseless? I'm going to have to look into that. I have not. If I was balling, I would buy just to support him. I think there's only one product that I have not really cared for. And that was the tree sap remover. Because when you're part of that tuber program, you get every single product they have. The only other problem that I've had with their products, and it's not even a product problem, is the Hydro Glass has no instructions. They got a spray polish too. Ah, okay. Have to check into that too. Have to check into that. All of that. Spray polish. Okay. I'll have to look into that. I don't think I've ever heard of Majestic Solutions. I'll have to look into that too. Are they higher price stuff, Humberto? Optimum always had the spray polish. They had it before DIY Detail did? All-in-one spray polish. What does all-in-one mean? Does it mean it has protection in it? Now, I still have to work with that F601 and P601 by Coach Kimmy. I still got to work with that some more. I'm going to use the F601 on Mom's car. I knew he came from there. So that's probably where he got the idea to go with the spray polish, is because Optimum did. Cleaner wax. Yeah. Okay. There's so many on my list that I want to try. It's amazing. I'll never get through it. I'll be retired by then. Or I'll have to leave detailing. One of the two. Ivan tells people to use a waffle pad, not a flat pad. Yes. The rotary will not skip. Keep the rotary level and on speed 1. And it's not the crazy monster that people think it is. I'll tell you what. Speed 3 is what my dad always said. Don't go any higher than that. And it did. I've turned that. I pulled that trigger. I was like, man, I don't want to use this. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So when I went down to Dallas to meet up with Carlos and get my pickup fixed, and he's like, here, you're going to learn how to use this. I'm going, no. And then I explained to him why. I'm like, no. Anyway, he got me comfortable with it, and it worked. But yeah, my first shot using a rotary, and it's the big one, 7-inch. So what is that, 21 millimeter? It's huge. And it did flung, hurt my shoulder, which my shoulder is all left up from trucking anyway. It's like conditioning and shampooing all in one. Huh. Let's see. Ivan helped roar coatings. Oh. Ivan helped roar coatings too. What's that? Tresemme? Oh my God, that's hilarious. Hola, Grandin. Buenos. How you doing? He's talking smack, Jamie. Ah, that's hilarious. That's funny. I don't care who you are. That's funny. Tresemme. That stuff is so bad for your hair. Oh my God. Or maybe Clairol. I think Clairol only makes hair coloring now. Maybe that's what I need to do. Get rid of the beaver streak. And which that's my grandmother's side of the family. So we all have this streak and the rest of it's gray. That's so funny. So funny. Look at that. It is 1:38 in the morning for me. It's what? Almost 4 in the morning? No, you don't try to handle the rotary. You let the rotary work for you. It did. It was my first try. It's not long after we moved into the shop. Okay? And I had not tackled all of that. I knew nothing about exteriors or anything like that. Um, but he's been pushing me, and this year he really pushed. You know, you've got to learn how to do it. If you want to be a detailer, then you need to get over it. Get over your stupid fears and get in there. 3:38 p.m. here. You mean AM? The AM. Anyway, I had to. He wanted me to buff this door panel. It really looked like it was weird. Everything else looked fine, but this door panel looked like hell. So I'm like, okay. He said, don't put it anything more than a 3, or it'll get away from you. And I'm like, okay. I'm trying to be strong and brave and handle this freaking rotary polisher that my daughters can handle, but not me. Anyway, I did. I pulled that trigger and zoom. We party a lot on Christmas time. Jamie thought he was in Cuba. That was crazy. But anyway, it took me a while. I got it figured out now, but it took me a while. And it was a door panel. If I'd have done it on the hood, it'd have probably been a totally different ball game. Because then I could have grabbed hold of it and said, no. You know, it could have been a very different result or story. It did. It got away. I was like, oh, no, I can't do this. It was bad. And then, of course, from there on, I was nervous. In Cuba, depends if they have food and electric power. Why? No, I didn't use a DIY detail pad. It was a lake country. And it was a woolly pad, it's not woolly pad, microfiber pad, and on it, I don't know where he got all that stuff. I didn't know nothing about it. It's all different now, and I'll tell you what, I can see finishing. That pad is key. I could see finishing with a rotary on level 1. But when it comes to cutting and all of that, I have to stick with the DA. And there's even cars I still get the actual just buffer out. I have the System 4000 pad washer. It works great. I don't have it. I got an air hose and a brush, and I'm good. Actually, I have rinseless also. So, you know how you spray the polish onto the pad? I do the same with the rinseless. I tap that button, get it spinning, and I spray 1 spritz of rinseless, let it continue doing its thing, and then I come back with the polish. I ain't doing no 2-step, though. The soft pad, or red one as you see it, is for finishing jeweling. Yeah. Now, on the DIY detail pads, the wool pad come apart first shot. I heard that there was problems with these pads, but I didn't quite understand what the problem was, or I didn't get into it. I put it on the polisher, got it leveled on there. I got 4 little beads no, yes, because I used, the combination that I used was Naziol Heavy Cut, and then I came back and finished with Gold Standard. But I got the 4 beads on there. I tapped it on there, started it. I was doing a 1 foot section on the trunk lid, and I only got halfway through. I turned it up to 4. I got all the way through as far as spreading it. I bumped it up to 4. I got halfway through my up and down of my crosshatch, and the pad gave way and flung across the car. Came completely off the polisher. And it was like the middle of it sunk in, like there was nothing in there. It was completely hollow. Let's see here. The same 1 step only, that's enough for me, yes. I can finish on a rotary without it, or ultra finish pad from another company. I would never dream in a million years of cutting with a DA and finishing with the rotary, but there's a huge difference in the final look. The rotary is definitely the gloss king, but you now have to know how to use it. You use the rotary for 1 steps. I like a DA with the blue edge guard. Sorry, not laughing emoji. I meant thumbs up. Now we do when we have to paint a car, after we paint it and it sets up and cures and we do some wet sanding on it, I do buff it out with the rotary. And we usually use that, he's got pads for that now. I think he got those at that new set that they have at Harbor Freight. What's the name of that? It's a newer brand or something. Dang, you guys be painting too? There's not too much I haven't dabbled in. We were supposed to do a headliner this week and that didn't work out. There's not too much I haven't done. And that's why I laugh when people say I'm not a detailer. I have done more than most detailers. Painted cars, sanded down a bumper cover, sanded down to the bare, 3 cars now, so that we could paint them because of clear coat failure. I've done more than most detailers are willing to do. The only thing I have not done that I'm wanting to do is rock chip repair. Try the 3M pads. I haven't gotten there. I'll have to tell him about that. Yeah, painting, that's badass. I just learned how to use the paint gun. Other than that, it was the spray can, rattle can, that they made up at the paint store that my dad would get. You just take them code and they do that. Now, that being said, you can absolutely cut and finish with the DA with extraordinary results. But by doing the final step with a rotary, you'll get about 20% bump in gloss. I'll have to try that. I'll have to try that out next time. And I'll have to tell him about the 3M pads. Now, the only thing is we'll have to find a good place to order them. What do you go to for 1 steps? I'll be right back. I need coffee. What in the heck is this demon doing? She's such a demon. You see her? This demon cat. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Same for you. What is it? What do you go to for one steps? Right now I have Rupes, Lake Country, and DIY Detail. And so I usually go with a, I've only done, let's see, the red car, it was dig in two-step. I've only done 2 one-steps. And so I use the Lake Country for one and the DIY Detail for the other, the yellow pads. Why did you do that? This kitty cat, she's got the cat food dishes. That's what I was looking for. I have no idea where the other one went. She went one that way. Juice, 3D1 or Coach Kimmy, all in one. Are you talking about polishes or pads, Juice? If you're talking about pads, I have the DIY Detail Rupes and the Lake Country pads. That's what I have at the shop. I don't have a whole lot, but I just started doing this year. I didn't do anything with exteriors until we moved into the shop, and it wasn't even that big or bad. And as far as polishes, Naziel is what I have used. Coach Kimmy, F601 and P601, I have those. But I used Naziel medium cut twice. Before I got the DA, we were using the rotary, and I just kept it on 3. Once I got used to using it, I kept it on 3. And the polish that I was using was whatever my dad, I think it's McGuire's. No, Griot's Garage, polish and compound. And that's some good shit. That stuff goes a long way in the heat. Everything else dries up in the heat. These guys are bound to just rub that into me that I don't say Coach Kimmy right. Did Jamie go to bed? And Humberto probably. It's almost 4 o'clock in his neck of the woods. I'm enjoying a nice Canadian Angus burger. How about that? That sounds good. You know what? I'm weird. When my kids were little, I would check in on them in bed, make sure they were all breathing. Now, I do that to my animals. I am just weird. Weird like that. When do you get done for the night, John? When does your shift end? Are you okay? Why you gotta... I don't even know what you did with that cat dish. Jamie? You fell asleep? I figured as much. Yeah, we're getting ready to close up shop. Have a good night. My MJJC Foam Cannon Pro 2 is en route. Can't wait. You know what? Scott told me that my MJJC link is broken. I'll have to fix it. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'll have to fix it. Have a good night, Jamie. We'll see you on the next one. She fell asleep. I'll tell you what, I'm shocked that I've been able to stay up on some of these lives. This live has been going for 3 hours and 43 minutes. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. Here I just signed in thinking, I don't know where everybody's going to be. It's one of them weeks. You know, everybody's still celebrating. Griots. When does your shift end, John? Griots makes fantastic products. They do. The one thing I want to try is their 3-in-1, which is, I'm not sure what it is. I'm assuming it's a ceramic spray, but I haven't looked into it. But I was told to give it a try. Because I'm like, if it's a ceramic spray coating, then how on earth is it a 3-in-1? But their polish and compound is excellent. I love it. I can use it in this. I can use it in the heat, no problem. You know, the Nasio, I like the cut that I get with it. I just cannot handle all that dust. I'm not kidding. It's on my videos. It leaves a big old thick layer of dust behind. And you're going, and you can't just do a rinseless on it as soon as you're done. You have to literally blow the damn thing off. Every crevice, everything. It's like an extra step for this polish. It drives me nuts. I like the polish, but it drives me nuts. But if I was to get the griots and replace it, I check my cat to make sure she's breathing properly at night. I've been home for the last hour. Yeah, she's good. She just crawled up here. Bella, on the other hand, is so still and doesn't move. So I had to make sure she's good to go. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and jump off of here myself and get myself ready for bed. But it's been good talking to everybody. We had good conversation this time. I like it. I'd actually download this one and cut it because some conversation would do good on that other channel. And see how many people we can piss off. Anyway, have a good night, John. Glad you're home safe. Whoever else is left out there, it says that there's 2 people, so whoever's left, have a good night. Thanks for being here, and maybe we'll see you on the next one. Peace.